Welcome to my channel. It's a new day and we're going to do more music. Let me tilt this down just a little bit. There we go. That's better. All right. Yeah, it's a new day and we are going to do more music. And we're going to do 6 more requested reactions. And we're also going to do a bonus video just like we do always. This particular video is Paul Hardcastle singing 19. This is something that was mentioned in the comments. I went and checked it out and I thought, I got to do that one of these days. So today's the day. We're also going to do 6 requested reactions, as I said. But before we do anything, I got to show you my shirt. And that's it. Mr. Awesome. Okay? And then I got to thank you for coming here. Because it's so amazing that you come to my channel all the time and watch my videos. It blows my mind. It really does. I always put the artist links in the description of their playlist so you can support them as well. But I put the link to the song that I'm reacting to in the description of the video. I also put a link in there from Wikipedia if I can find anything that's relevant and makes sense. I don't put the link to the reaction request form because I'm not currently accepting new requests. I've got over 3,200 in my queue already. I've got to take care of those. But I live stream on Sunday for 2 hours, beginning at 5 p.m. UTC. That's 5 p.m., not 4. I know I've been doing it at 4, but we're going through a time change this weekend, so it'll be 5 p.m. Okay? Make sure you set your clock right. When you come to that, you can put a request in the chat, and I'll react to it immediately. So this is Paul Hardcastle singing 19.
In 1965, Vietnam seemed like just another foreign war, but it wasn't. It was different in many ways, and so were those who did the fighting. In World War II, the average age of the combat soldier was 26. In Vietnam, he was 19. 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 19.
The heaviest fighting of the past 2 weeks continued today, 25 miles northwest of Saigon.
I wasn't really sure what was going on.
19. In Vietnam, the combat soldier typically served a 12-month tour of duty, but was exposed to hostile fire almost every day. 19.
In Saigon, a U.S. military spokesman said today more than 700 enemy troops were killed last week in that sensitive border area. Throughout all of South Vietnam, the enemy lost a total of 2,689 soldiers.
According to a Veterans Administration study, half of the Vietnam combat veterans suffer from what psychiatrists call post-traumatic stress disorder. Many vets complain of alienation, rage, or guilt. Some succumb to suicidal thoughts. 8 to 10 years after coming home, almost 800,000 men are still fighting the Vietnam War. None of them received the hero's welcome.
Saigon, 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 Saigon.
going on. I wasn't really sure what was going on.
Well, that was interesting. How would you guys feel about me just doing a live stream for 2 hours where I could answer questions about that war? Would that be something that would interest you? Because I'd be glad to do it if you wanted me to. I don't know how much interest there is in that war. I know that there's a lot of misinformation about it. I don't even know where to begin with that. It's crazy how much false information has become understood to be the truth about the war, and almost none of it is true. I can tell you why, and I question that number that 50% of the troops had PTSD. I think it's more like 25, maybe 30. I'll have to do some research on that. But I can tell you one of the reasons why they suffered from PTSD, other than the war itself, was the way they were received when they got home. They were spit on. There's people that say that never happened. That's a lie. I can prove it. They were treated as outcasts. They were treated as scumbags. The VFW, the American Veterans of Foreign Wars, refused to accept Vietnam veterans into their ranks after the war, claiming that they were not veterans of a war. Can you imagine how that made a man feel who spent at least 12 months over there fighting every single day, his life in danger, and he comes home and he's told, you're a killer, you're a baby killer, you're scum, you're rotten, and no, you can't join the VFW because you didn't actually fight in a war. There's a lot more than that, but I know, the prevailing opinion is that it was an immoral, illegal war, neither of which is true, and also that it was unwinnable, which is also not true. But, there's not much point in going through all that here unless you want me to. So if you want me to do a live stream where I just talk about the war and answer questions about it, I'll be glad to do that. Just let me know in the comments, and we'll figure out a time to do that if that's what you want to do. I don't know if you do or not. I don't know if there's enough interest to make it worth your time. But if there is, like I said, I'll be glad to do it. In the meantime, I'll keep praying for you that God will be in your life and He'll be a part of it every day, and that He will bless you so abundantly that you have to give it away. And that He will do that for all the people that you love as well. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.